Hello everyone, today is the 10th day of my challenge and we'll talk about learning, and more specifically about immersive learning and classical learning. According to you, which one do you think is most effective? Immersive learning, the learning where you actually spend a lot of time on a certain duration of time, or the classical learning where you basically learn for few minutes to 1 hour per day for a long duration. So I'll give you an example, and this will actually clarify which one is more effective than the other. Imagine you want to learn French, for example. You start French when you're maybe 10 years old and you study for 8 years for about 4 hours per week, which is a lot. Actually, it's like more than the normal classical learning system. Then imagine that you go to France for 1 year. Do you think that after the 1 year period, are you better in French than someone who just studies for 8 years in school? You probably can imagine the answer, that you are much better if you live in France for 1 year, maybe even for 6 months. You are much better if you study some grammar, plus you interact with locals and so on. So the answer is clearly immersive learning is the best way to have quick and quick advances in learning any kind of skill. Obviously, there is some advantages of the classical learning. So the best thing would be to mix the two. You should start with a bit of classical learning, then go in an immersive learning session, and then after you have like a period of immersive learning, still practice what you have learned, so you don't forget. The mind is like it's a muscle. If you don't train it for too long, it will actually lose some of its strength. So that's all for today. See you tomorrow, and never forget, dream it, then do it.